Hello, it's Cathy Cassidy and I'm here to read you chapter 7 of my book Scarlett. Thank you for hanging on in there. I hope you're enjoying Scarlett's adventures. She is quite a rebel girl, quite a dramatic character, and she has just discovered that her stepmom is expecting a baby, which has not impressed her one little bit, and also that she has to go to what she thinks is primary school in Ireland because the system is a little bit different to the one in the UK. These things have not impressed her. So we're going to start chapter 7 and find out how Scarlett is feeling and what is going to happen next. I didn't sleep well last night. I lay curled up on a rickety iron bed under a lumpy patchwork quilt in a poky room with sky blue walls and a border of nursery rhyme characters. At least they had the decency to take the cot away. I called Mum a dozen times last night, but she wasn't answering her phone. I left voicemail messages and texts, but she didn't call back. I am on my own. I'm up early, washed and dressed in my Greenhall Academy uniform. I choke down my breakfast, some kind of muesli that looks just like the dry food I used to feed to my pet rabbits. Claire looks pleased. Dad looks nervous and Holly looks slightly disappointed. You look very smart, Scarlett, Dad says. It's great that you're trying to make a good impression. Trying? I can be very trying when I put my mind to it. Ah, he says, glimpsing my swirly wedge sandals beneath the table. No school shoes? His cheeks flush pink and I know he's not going to challenge me. Right, well then, girls, off you go. Don't want to miss that school bus. Have a great day. I've spoken to Miss Madden, Scarlett. She knows all about you. All about me? That's scary. Holly and I head out into the lane, then mooch up to the crossroads for the bus. Are you nervous? Holly wants to know. I was my first day here. Everything was different. But now I love it. It's miles better than London, seriously. You'll be fine. I'm not nervous, I tell her. I've been to 5 schools in 2 years. I know all the tricks. What's to worry about? 5 schools? Holly asks, eyes wide. How come? I shrug. School number 1 I went to until I was 10, till Dad left. I loved it there, but we had to move and that meant school number 2. I wasn't very happy back then, surprise, surprise, and I kept getting into scrapes. This one girl said my dad had left because he was sick of me and we had a fight and I knocked her tooth out. You did? Holly says, aghast. Well, it was only a baby tooth, probably. I frown. That was the end of school number 2. Mum packed me off to stay with my nan in Milton Keynes. School number 3. I only lasted there for a term. Nan said I was a hooligan and I needed some firm discipline, and she sent me to stay with my Uncle John. I was there for 6 months. I got suspended twice. Jeepers, says Holly. Then it was back to London, to Greenhall Academy, which was a nightmare from start to finish. So getting worked up about school number 6, well, why bother? It can't be all that long till the summer holidays start, and there is no way I'll be sticking around much longer than that. I mean, it's hardly worth turning up at all. I glance at Holly through narrowed eyes to see if she's up for a day's skive, but her jaw drops at the very idea. You have to go in, she protests. It's school. Yeah, it's school, I echo. When does that bus come, did you say? 8:30, Holly says. Any minute now. Okay, I grin. Look, I've left my pencil case behind. Don't want to be in trouble before I even start. I'll just run back for it. Won't be long. I turn back down the lane, walking briskly as you can walk in 3-inch wedge heels anyhow. They're out of their tiny minds if they think I'm going to school today. Primary school? I'm sorry, it is not happening. Secondary is bad enough. You spend the day shaking hands with teachers and filling in forms and being shown about by geeky kids keen to get you involved in chess club and maths club. And after-school sports. Great. Primary, though, that's a million times worse. Gym class in your knickers, star charts for good behaviour, and lunchtime recorder lessons. No thanks. Scarlett, wait, Holly yells after me. You'll miss the bus. Maybe, I call back to her. Maybe not. Don't stress, Holly. I turn the corner, scramble over a bit of tumble-down wall and duck out of sight in the trees. I stand still, listening, and after a few minutes I hear the school bus draw up further along the lane. The engine idles for a few minutes, so I guess Holly has made it wait. Eventually it revs and fades, and a morning air is still again. I sit down on a fallen tree trunk and text Mum, asking her to relent and let me come home. There's no reply. I eat some crisps left over from yesterday's packed lunch and play Snake for a while on my mobile, surprised at how calm and peaceful it feels to be sitting alone in the dappled green light of the woods. I'm sleepy now, which isn't surprising because I haven't slept properly for days. I could curl up on the forest floor in a nest of leaves and bracken. Or I could sneak back to Dad, slide under the patchwork quilt and sleep the day away in comfort. I venture out of the woods and clunk back down the lane to the cottage. With any luck, Claire will be busy mixing up cauldrons of soap in the workshop, and Dad will be plugged into his PC doing webby stuff, and I can sneak upstairs unnoticed. Fat chance. The front door squeaks as I slip inside, and I get no further than the third step before Dad's voice says quietly, "Scarlett, what exactly is going on?" I try the line about forgetting my pencil case, but Dad is not fooled. His lips set into a thin line, and I smile my infuriating smile just to wind him up a little bit more. I don't feel well. I protest. I really don't. It's not just because I'm tired, but because my tummy is doing backflips with the crisps and the muesli, and the ache in my chest from yesterday is back. It's probably a virus, a rare kind of allergy to school. "I'll take you myself," Dad says grimly. "I should never have trusted you to go on the bus." Dad doesn't care if I don't feel well. The Morris Traveller rattles through the lanes, Dad gripping the wheel in stony silence as he delivers me to my fate. He keeps it up for a whole 5 minutes before caving in. "Okay, Scarlett," he says, his face creased and frowny. "I know your mum went back to her maiden name after we split up, and she told me you were using the name Murray too. Actually, though, you're still legally Scarlett Flynn. I thought it would be easier if I enrolled you at Killimore as that, okay?" "No, Dad, that's not okay. I don't want your name. I don't want to be part of your poxy new family." "Whatever," I shrug. Joining a new class mid-term is not easy. Despite what I said to Holly, it takes guts to walk into a place you've never been and act like you couldn't care less. People know you've got a story and they're hoping it's a juicy one. They can't wait to weasel it out of you. A broken home? Cool. Excluded from your last school? Wicked. Weirdo, freak, loser? Tell me about it. I'm used to it now, of course, but you have to be cool, you have to be calm, you have to play it right. You have to make an entrance. That's what I do, all right. Dad drives right into the playground and screeches to a halt just as the bell for break peals out. Kids swarm out of the school towards us, then stop, gawping. I can see Holly with her mile-wide grin and her shining face. I can see a geeky girl and a lanky ginger-haired boy, but the other kids seem so very young. They're amused by my wedge sandals, my fluffy rucksack. They whisper and point at my ketchup-coloured hair. I look around the playground for a stone to crawl under. Dad starts explaining my late arrival to the teacher, Miss Madden, who peers at me over her glasses, looking faintly horrified. She dredges up a smile. "Miss Flynn," she says, and I can't help wincing at the name. "All the way from London, so. Well, I'm sure you'll settle right in." "I'm sure I won't." "Yes, miss," I say. So there we go. Scarlett not impressed so far. But yeah, please do tune in tomorrow and come and watch and listen another chapter with me. I hope that all of you are coping okay. A couple of people have been asking how they find the Dreamcatcher Reader blog. If you've got Facebook or a parent has got Facebook, you can get links to it from my Facebook fan page, or you can just go directly to cathycassidy.com where there is a link on that website for Dreamcatcher, and you can just click straight through. And as we've said before, loads of things for you to help you through the lockdown on the Dreamcatcher Reader blog. Please take care, please stay safe, please try to find something that makes you smile every single day, because it really helps. We don't always, some days are harder than others, but try and find something that can shake you out of a sad mood or a low mood if you come across something like that. Take care, and I will see you tomorrow.